And good morning, and welcome to the morning show. I am Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We are here at the fabulous Arizona Center
on Hump Day.
Humpity Hump Day. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
we still don't have that song in place.
We don't. So.
They don't listen to us, Marshall. We keep asking. We're like the least important people here, really, is what it comes down to. No, I'm kidding. Don't listen to a word we say. It's okay. Happy Wednesday.
Indeed, happy Wednesday. And you know, we've got a great show coming up.
We do have a great show coming up.
So, I mean, it's like, you know, here we are in kind of the home stretch as we get towards some Arizona history, because just a few days, it is going to be Statehood Day for Arizona.
I love how he focuses on Statehood Day and everybody else is like, Valentine's Day. Marshall's like, screw that.
I know. I was like, oh yeah. It's like, if I should find some like Arizona shaped chocolates. That would be good.
That's definitely a thing. That is definitely a thing. I'm pretty sure Soretta's had Arizona shaped chocolates, didn't they? Oh, maybe it was just the cowboy boots?
I think it was the cowboy boots. I don't think they had Arizona shaped.
We should double check that.
Yeah.
I feel like they might have. But I have to say, since we're talking about Valentine's Day, my husband is going to be such a good sport this year, because I have one of my best friends visiting in town, and the only day she can see me is Valentine's Day. Oh. So we're bumping our Valentine's Day celebrations.
But I'll just make it easier, because everyone else will be out there doing stuff, and then...
That's what he said. He was like, actually, that's perfect, because now I can get us a reservation at the restaurant I wanted to go to.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
So, yeah, no, I mean, I love celebrating things not on the holiday they're on, so...
You know, my parents got married on Valentine's Day, and they said it was like the biggest mistake. Like, they said it was so hard, and now whenever they want to celebrate their anniversary, it's like really a pain in the butt to get in anywhere. Yeah, so word to engaged couples everywhere, don't get married on Valentine's Day.
It might seem romantic now, but it's going to bite you in the butt.
So many things in life are that way.
That is true. It's like, it's not even karma. It's just, oh, wow, I thought this would be fun. Wow. No, it's like painting that fence in Tom Sawyer.
You know what, though? I always thought it was funny that they even did that in the first place, because my parents are not, like, mushy. Like, they're not,
yeah, exactly.
Like, I was like, what made them decide that? That's so weird. And it wasn't like I was an oopsie baby, so, like, I don't know. But they must have just been swept up in it all, I guess.
Like, romantic. Oh.
Well, speaking of Valentine's Day, should we talk about some other things that we have to celebrate?
We can.
Hold on, we need the horse back again. Marshall's not ready.
I was like, I thought we were going to go to
Sorry.
guest.
Oh, see, this is Marshall and I need to work on our couples communication, I guess, right? He thought we were doing a short intro, and I had my own devious plans. Well, that's a great opportunity to say while he's doing this. We love celebrating things with you. So if you have birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions, a job promotion, a divorce, and you're happy about it, we don't care what you're celebrating. Reach out to us, because we would love to give you a shout out or even play a little video on our show to celebrate you. You can reach us on Instagram at On The Morning Show. Why did I just forget our email address? It is hello at onthemorningshow.com. I know. We're both struggling a little bit you would think it's a Monday, Marshall, with how we're operating today.
I know. It's like we're just kind of like, what else? It's like, oh, celebrate.
What's happening? No. What are we doing?
Wasn't ready for that, so.
Surprise!
All right. Well, you know, with things to celebrate, you know, when you're going through a parking lot, sometimes you'll see a penny on the roadside.
And pick it up, and all day long you have good luck?
Yeah, well, it depends on, is it heads up or heads down?
Yeah, I know.
And so that is because it is National Lost Penny Day.
We're celebrating the lost pennies of the world?
We are indeed.
Okay.
So, you know, now it's mainly made up of other metals, and it's not even, there's very little copper.
You know what I just learned? Sorry, it made me
I
think of
don't know
copper.
what. I don't know.
It was so weird. So we were watching a show, and they made a mention about putting copper screws into a tree to kill it. Have you heard of this?
No.
I had never heard of this before, so I looked it up, and sure enough, not so much a healthy living tree, but like a stump or a tree that's already dying, you can strategically place copper in the tree and it will.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that weird?
That is.
I know. Sorry.
So I guess it
made me think
interacts
of,
with.
I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. It made me think of your copper in your pen.
So if you have a lost penny, maybe you want to shove it in a tree.
Don't do that. Don't be killing trees.
Well, the stump. I mean, it's like how if you
yeah.
cut off the tree and then you have that annoying stump that you trip over all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I know.
So yeah. So today is a day to find your penny and have some good luck. And
Chris, did you see Chris?
I did. It's like I like how suddenly we have our windows, so people can like see us.
I know.
But usually don't expect them to be like making like
Scary faces. Yeah.
I was gonna say maniac faces. So
that's still my dream, is to be like TRL, Total Request Live, and have people like standing outside our window with
signs.
posters. Yeah.
And
or
they, like,
our
dance
cutouts of our faces. Oh my gosh.
So when we do the Humpty Hump song, they'll like dance to it.
They're going to ask for your shimmy all the time. Like, now that you gave that gold away, everyone's just going to always be asking.
My shimmy. So.
Okay, sorry. Back to the pennies.
So, yeah. So, I mean, it's just a day to go out, find a penny so you'll have some good luck.
I could use a little luck today. That sounds nice.
Well, and also it's a time to, actually stop, bend over, pick up that penny. So.
Do people throw pennies in these fountains out here? Have you checked at the Arizona Center? I haven't even looked.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. I used to smash pennies on the railroad track. That was something I used to do up north.
I love squish pennies.
I know. That doesn't surprise me.
So, because so many places have them, and I used to have a little box of old pennies, so that way when you squish them, you don't get the aluminum or whatever they're using that's now not copper. So it'd actually be all copper instead of.
Okay.
So.
I think it's funny at Disneyland, they do smash pennies with like characters on them.
Yeah.
But normally it's like a quarter for a penny. There it's like $2.50 or something ridiculous.
Well, and I love. I don't think I had to bring a penny. I think you just put your credit card in, hit the button, and it makes it. So, ka-ching for them. All right. It is also Plum Pudding Day.
Really?
Yeah.
In February?
Which I think is really odd.
Not around Christmas
that
time?
It's like, well, and exactly, I was like, why? And it was just talking about how it was, some people call it Christmas pudding. There was really no reason why they said, because if you make it, you have to then age it. And so if you made it for Christmas, it would be ready now.
Weird.
So, yeah, I was like Christmas pudding.
This is why I'm suspicious of all puddings. Yeah, I don't trust that.
Well,
okay.
I mean, it's not like Jell-O pudding. Jell-O pudding you can make in a like a flash.
Oh no, you ruined Jell-O for me. I can't do Jell-O anymore.
But yeah, no, I just thought it was very funny that you have to age it, and so if you make it for Christmas, then it's now ready to eat.
Weird. Okay.
Because you want all those flavors and all that alcohol and all those fruits that you put in that were dried to now soak up all the booze.
My thousands of friends who make those homemade plum puddings on Christmas. Now is your time that you've been waiting for.
You mean all those one? Do you even have one?
No.
I'm like, I know, it's kind of like, do they sell it in a can? Can I just like dump it out?
It's not cranberries.
Well, I was thinking like cranberries that reads a bloop, and there you go.
Yeah.
Now you have your plum pudding.
I actually like the canned cranberry. I don't mind it.
I love that it's best served just in the shape of the
can. I know. It's fantastic.
So exactly, it's fresh because it looks just like the can.
Because it looks just like the can. It holds its shape well.
Well, and then also today is Sick of Food Waste Day.
Say more.
On the heels of the Super Bowl. Okay. It's a day to basically celebrate all that food that you had at your party that didn't make it into someone's belly.
Okay.
And to try and, if you order like pizzas and nobody eats them, to make sure they go somewhere where somebody will eat them instead of just throwing them in the trash.
So it's not like leftover day. You're supposed to.
Right. No, it's not leftover day. It's just kind of like being aware of the food. I was just watching something on like here at the dump. They were talking about how so much of like the methane that's being released is because of all the rotting food that people throw away.
Yeah, I bet.
And so,
Well, can't remember if we talked about this. My friend manages a couple of the sportsbook casinos, and
oh yeah,
she took me to like a VIP concert experience to go see Usher. And up in the VIP section, they have all this food that they serve, but then they stop serving it at like a certain time, and anything that's not there gets thrown away. They don't donate it. They don't. Wow. Yeah, and so it was just like you walk out when they're about to shut down, and you see just these like full troughs of food, and you're like, oh, wow. That's awful. Yeah. So yeah, okay, do something about your food waste today. I'll take your pizza if you want to donate your pizza to me. Gladly
but
volunteer.
Don't age it like
your plum pudding.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Aged pizza is not a good thing.
If I call you next week and I'm like, or no, tomorrow, I've got food poisoning, Marshall.
Because I ate some plum pizza.
Plum pizza, yeah.
Well, and and also on the pudding theme.
Yes.
We are right in the middle of Jell-O week. So they're famous for pudding, but they also have Jell-O salads. And I love, like in the 50s, you could put tuna fish and olives and all kinds of things in Jell-O.
Why?
It was a very Midwest thing.
What do you mean tuna in Jell-O?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, oh yeah, no, I mean that's the fun thing about like the Jell-O cookbook.
Was
is
it
looking
still
at
sweet? Was it sweet Jell-O?
Oh yeah, it was still sweet Jell-O.
Oh God.
So.
Now I'm traumatized. Okay,
but it looked interesting.
That's a word. Yeah, that's a word you can use for that.
Well, and like I had a friend at one point. She did a regrettable food party.
That's fun.
So I made a Jell-O salad that literally was just salad encased in Jell-O.
Ew. Oh God.
And someone tried a slice.
Just one brave soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's not very good. And
yeah.
But I did come up with the next idea. I want to make a Bloody Mary Jell-O salad because I'm like, that would be good.
That would be good. Okay, I could get behind that.
Yeah. So you put a little booze in there, some olives, and some things like that.
You've been reprieved from your Jell-O salad.
So yeah, there you go. As we're celebrating Jell-O, it is also the official snack food of Utah.
Jell-O.
Jell-O. Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm going there for my vacation this year. That's going to be.
Are you gonna have some Jell-O?
I guess so. National parks and Jell-O are on my agenda now.
There you go.
Yep.
Bucket list. Okay.
Hopefully there's no tuna in it. That's all I can
well,
say.
True. Yeah, or just I would like savory things and sweet Jell-O. Well, you've never had like where they take the Jell-O and mix like pineapple and cottage cheese and lime Jell-O?
Yeah, I have had that.
Yeah. So I mean, I kind of grew out of that same kind of time period. But then they were doing like savory Jell-O salads.
I'm like other than sweet and sour pork or like sweet and sour chicken, I don't really like sweet and savory mixes.
So you don't like sweet lime Jell-O with tuna?
No, like a lot of people right after Thanksgiving love those sandwiches where they put cranberry like with the turkey on the sandwich. Yeah. I can't like that. I don't like it. I don't know. It's just not in my palate. Yeah. Well, a lot of food things to celebrate today. None of them I particularly love.
Want to delve into?
I'm sticking with the pennies. I'll go find a lucky penny.
All right.
Well, Marshall, it's your time to shine. It is time for some Arizona history.
All right. So on this date back in 1920, the state legislature held a one-day special session to vote on the 19th Amendment ratifying women's suffrage. And you can see here this is in Tucson, as they were out there saying yes for women's suffrage.
When did stuff start happening more so in Phoenix than in in.
And this would have been statewide. So
I just feel like we have a lot of historical pictures that come from
because the
Tucson.
Arizona Historical Society is based out of Tucson, so that's where they have a lot of the images.
Okay, got it.
So they're really promoting Tucson.
Got
so.
it. Okay, I see. That makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big day.
So I mean, they were doing. I mean, because it was. If anyone ever went to the Mystery Castle, that is now people are trying to figure out how to go about saving it.
Right.
Mary Lou, there was a tea set that was all about women's suffragette that had belonged to an aunt of hers that was on display.
That's cool.
So I thought that was really kind of
Is it still there?
No.
No.
It was probably removed because it was actually really cool.
That is cool. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with a couple of guests for you. And they have a film for you to check out, so stick around. We'll show you something really fun to watch.
Good morning and welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at the
fabulous
fabulous Arizona Center. Yes, we are. And I cannot contain my excitement any longer. We are here with fabulous guests. I've got my friend Sean here and Sammy. Hi, welcome. Hi.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So Sean and Sammy did The Impossible and made a movie, a whole movie. It happened. Actually, you do that pretty regularly, don't you?
This is my first feature film, so it is a big step.
You do docs, though.
Yeah. So I've done a few documentaries, but narrative, this was like
I don't
the
think
very
I
first
realized
one.
that was your very first one. Well, congrats on that.
Thank you.
So it is called Forever Home, and tell us a little bit about Forever Home.
Sure. So Forever Home, it's a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the comedy, though. Sometimes people get a little hung up, like, oh, it's horror, I don't like horror. We're very friendly, family-friendly horror.
Yes.
And it's that kind of classic setup of a young couple who purchase a new home, come to realize that it's haunted. But instead of the ghost wanting to murder everybody all the time, they really are just annoying roommates. So often in horror movies, it's like, oh, the ghost dies, and suddenly he's like, I'm going to kill everyone. And it's like, no. Like, the ghost dies, and now, like, they're just still that annoying neighbor that you would have had. They just are there forever, basically.
So, like, if you like the TV show Ghosts, would this be
I think
up your alley?
it's a really good pairing. I haven't watched it yet because
What?
we started writing like right as it came out. You want to like give yourself a little bit of distance from a similar idea.
Yeah.
There's plenty of space to play in, so I have
Sure.
told people who are like, oh, it's like Ghost, instead of being sad about it. I'm like, yes. And so if you like that show, I think you'll like our movie, and
You should pay to come see it.
yeah, you get more undead.
Ghosts is actually one of my favorite shows. I think it's just so.
The UK or the US?
Actually, I've been watching the U.S., but I just started watching the U.K., and it's so different.
I'm trying to figure out which one I should start with.
It so depends on your humor. Like, if you really do like just like the dry, like British wit, then
Watch that one.
watch that one. But the American one's a little bit more looser and just kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it's funny.
I mean, do the ghosts like hide people's keys, things like that? Or?
No, but sorry, this is not about Forever Home. But they each have their own like ghost power, and like one of my favorite ghosts, he died from dysentery, so his power is basically like he can let a really stinky fart, and like people don't know the
I've seen
smell.
like little bits for this, like the flatulent ghost.
Yeah.
That's what's made it through to you. It's a really solid fart joke.
Yeah. Well,
And we've got some great toilet jokes
humor,
too,
yeah.
as well.
Oh, good.
There you go. All
So,
right.
you know, if you like that,
Yeah.
it's perfect for you.
So, Sammy, you are basically the lead actor
Are
in
you
the
alive
film.
or dead in the movie?
I am alive.
All right.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. And so, yeah, it was an immense amount of pressure I felt because it was my first feature as well. And so if I'm not like misspeaking, the role was pretty much written for me to perform. And so Drew Latham, who co-stars with me as my fiance Ryan, and Sean wrote the film and pretty much, you know, included me in the character as they were writing it. I'm in pretty much every scene.
That's
so
fun.
I felt a lot of trust from Sean and Drew to carry the film, so to speak, with this character Jules that I play.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I can say I'm pretty proud of what I accomplished and what we accomplished.
There's only one scene that she won't watch.
She can't
Watch herself in it. Yeah, the one scene that Sammy will always look away at is when her and Drew kiss.
Just can't stomach it.
Sammy can't watch
Won't
it.
do it.
No, I feel like I've had enough like aversion therapy now.
Okay,
that, like,
okay.
I can watch it now.
And they've known each other since high school. All of us
all
have
of us
who
have
made
known
it.
each other for very long.
Okay.
Yeah.
But actually, the hardest scene for me to film was there's like a really quick little, you get a history of me and Drew as a couple, and there's like a scene where his character proposes to me. That was the hardest, like 3 seconds for me to film because I could not keep a straight face.
He got down on his knee and she instantly was like, no! And like, and couldn't. It was like, cut. It was like something about seeing Drew propose. I'm at the POV of this friend of yours for 15 years. It was too real. The sun, it was a beautiful sunset.
Yeah.
We were out by Papago Park.
Mm-hmm.
I think it got too real in that moment.
Yeah.
But all the death and blood she was fine with.
Yeah.
It was just kissing and proposing that freaked her out.
Well, she signed up for a horror film, Sean. I mean, it's not a rom-com. Yeah.
And that's a perfect thing to talk about just before we get into Valentine's Day coming up very soon.
Right.
It would make an okay Valentine. Maybe not. Maybe it would. I don't know.
Just say yes.
I would say that it's a decent one to watch with like a partner on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. And actually, there's a lot of people that I really love in this film. Colleen Hartnett is in it, Shelley Boucher. I'll just say it, I had probably the second or first worst audition I've ever had in my life for
That's
that
not
film.
true.
You didn't set me up well. I will blame you half for that. No, but it was real bad. But no, I love your work. I love this movie. Do you mind if we play the trailer really
Absolutely, please play it.
Okay, let's roll the beautiful bean footage here.
Not exactly what I had expected.
And remember, it's what's on the inside that counts.
Smile.
This makes the house officially yours.
Max!
You said stop by anytime.
We've been here 10 hours!
Yeah.
I'm Peggy, your neighbor. I love what you've done with the place.
Do you want to play a game?
How many of you are there?
If I said more than 3, would that be too many?
I'm calling a professional!
There is a very dark energy in here.
This is a really bad idea.
If you guys do call the police, I can't be here.
I'm not telling the cops that a ghost killed our medium.
He must really not want you to leave. You must have really pissed him off.
What does that mean?
Never anything good.
I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna find a way out of here.
This was supposed to be our starter home. Now it's turning out to be our...
Wow. Those special effects. I'm like, it's just kind of like, the whole thing is really impressive.
Yeah, the special effects were done locally. Almost everything was done locally. So that was Paul DeNigris at Foxtrot. Him and his team. They're really, really awesome because they're willing to work with the local projects a little bit. So they were super flexible with us, and the work they delivered was just elevates the movie so much beyond.
That's really good to know because I was like, I don't think I could ever afford Paul.
Talk to Paul.
Okay.
Yeah. They work really hard to make it work for indies, and it's a lot of the instead of just handing you a large number that scares you.
Yeah.
It's what can we do?
Okay.
And and maybe we can't give you the moon, but we can give you a few stars or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's awesome. So, where can people watch Forever Home?
So it's available now on Amazon and Apple, but it's also on Fandango, Google Play, Microsoft, anywhere you can buy or rent a movie. It's probably on there or will be on there very soon.
Yeah.
Very easy to find on Apple and Amazon.
Yeah, and seriously, take your time to, I was going to say take your time and watch the film, but also leave reviews, leave positive feedback, because that really helps the film get out there more. And for anybody who doesn't know, when you do this independently, it is so much work to make something like this happen. And I was blown away. I didn't realize that you all raised $68,000 for this film. Congrats! That's huge. Yeah.
It's one of the. It's funny. It's one of those ones. I feel like it's a huge number. And when I talk locally, we're always super impressed with it. And then you get into other rooms, and they're like, "That's so cute." That's such a cute amount of money.
Seriously though, for a local film,
for us,
big deal.
We were only trying to raise $20,000 to make it. We just wanted to gut out a feature film just to get one done.
Yeah.
And that support just came through in huge ways.
Yeah. Sean has such a community of people who are just willing to lend as many favors as they possibly can, because they just really want to collaborate and like help us achieve what we did end up achieving, and we couldn't have done it without their help and support. For that amount of money as well.
Yeah, Sean's such a big staple in the community here. He works very closely with folks that are at Phoenix Film Festival, and you've done docs for a long time that elevate and uplift a lot of businesses and people in the community. So I can see that they would want to pay it forward and help you out with this one. I'm curious, what's next for both of you?
So I acted in Forever Home, obviously, and Sean and Drew co-wrote, but Sean and I actually are writing our next feature. So we have a first draft, and we've done a table read, and so now we're just onto the rewrites.
Awesome.
And it's way different than Forever Home, but I do
feel
like it's a lot more like in tune with our taste and our sense of humor. It's called Group Project. It's like it's a anti-rom-com kind of coming of middle age comedy. But yeah, we're really excited about that.
Yeah, I've chatted with one of the actors about it, and she's super pumped, and I'm very excited to see more about the film. But yeah, so one more time, let folks know where they can watch and support Forever Home, and also maybe learn more about your work and where to follow you.
Yeah, most definitely. If you're at home, just Google Forever Home. On Instagram, we're Forever Home Movie. Usually those 3 words will always find us, Forever Home Movie. Will lead you to us, to our Instagram. If you want to follow our future projects, look for Third Productions. That's the company that we do this all under. So that's kind of the brand that you'll find some of the short films that we've made in the past, as well as everything we're going to make in the future, which is hopefully many, many things.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm sure it will be. Yeah. Well, that's so exciting. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. After this, we've got another guest for you. Sean and Sammy, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Keep it right here.
And good morning. Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We are here at the
fabulous Arizona Center. And oh my gosh, we have some fabulous treats.
And a fabulous human here.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
This is Beth the Baker. Hi.
Yes.
How are you?
Good morning.
Hello.
I am fabulous. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay.
It's so much fun.
We have to talk about, before anything else, I'm not trying to point at your boobs, but I kind of
they're
am.
there.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Mine are just lower. Shut My Mouth Bakery. Can you tell me about where that name came from?
So when I was first starting my business, my best friend, tried my cookies, and my husband was with her, and they were at some event that I wasn't at, and she tried him, and she said, "Shut my mouth." And my first thought was, this is going to sound weird, but I'll explain the context, is, and slap your grandma. And and I texted that to my husband, and I got a text from both my husband and my best friend, like, what? It's a Southern expression. Shut my mouth and slap your grandma.
Okay.
And so we just kind of went with, okay, Shut My Mouth Bakery, it's named. And some people know the second part of the expression. Not everybody. And I don't do the second part. My lawyers advise me not to.
Probably smart.
So you don't have like a slap your grandma cookie?
No, I have people who can do that, but no.
Like
I don't know. I mean, that would be fun though, to do a slap your grandma cookie.
Yeah.
I could totally do that.
And we would order that probably in a heartbeat.
I do make cupcakes, and I call them shut the fuck up cakes. So,
as you should. I
mean, you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're Shut My Mouth Bakery and you make cupcakes, of course they're shut the fuck up cakes.
So humor is clearly a big part of what you do.
Absolutely.
But what actually do you do? Tell us about your bakery and kind of what's unique and different about you.
So I am a sugar-free baker. Everything that I make is sugar-free. It's keto and diabetic friendly. It's low carb. And I brought some of my ingredients with me. This is the flour I use. It is called Fiber Gourmet. It's their flour blend. And it's a high fiber keto flour. And it does have wheat in it, and it doesn't have a lot of fibrous fillers. Okay. Some bakers use stuff with, like, they add extra fibrous fillers to their flours. I don't, because the body doesn't digest that. And it causes bad side effects. So I don't do that. This is one of the things I use as my flour. I also have gluten-free items. I use almond and coconut flour. And I have some of the eggs here on the table. Ooh. Yes, those are farm fresh eggs. I have a wonderful dear friend. Shout out to Morgan and her chickens, her wonderful chickens. All organic.
And who have names.
They have names. Yeah, she named them like Chicken Nugget and Burrito and Enchilada. It's dark.
Enchilada.
I love that though. I just love it.
So tell me why you're focused on kind of the, should I say, health conscious, health mindful ingredients?
Sugar-free?
Yeah.
So my husband, I love him. We've been married. It'll be 20 years this October.
Ooh,
I know, right? And I still
congrats.
like him.
Yeah.
Right? He was diagnosed in January of 21 as a type 2 diabetic. And he came home like sad, like I'm never gonna be able to eat cookies again.
Oh,
men.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. Drama queen.
Sorry, honey. But I was like, okay, let's see what I can do, because I had been stress baking in the pandemic. I didn't do sourdough. I did cookies.
Yeah.
And I was making a killer chocolate chip cookie, but it was like destroying his blood sugar.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, hold my beer. I started with the chocolate chip one, this one. This is the one that started the whole business.
Okay.
It's sugar-free chocolate chip cookie. And I started with a recipe, but then I tweaked it and made it my own. Mm-hmm. And then I just started experimenting with other stuff. I make up my own recipes, and I have a blast doing it.
Hot chocolate with marshmallows.
I know, I saw that one.
Yeah, it's a chocolate cookie, and it has freeze-dried marshmallows in it.
Ooh.
And one of the things my husband loves to do is he throws this in the microwave for like 8 seconds and puts whipped cream on it, and that's like the best thing ever for him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
My latest, I have 2 things that I'm expanding on, actually 3. This is my sweet finish collection. This is like anywhere you want a sweet finish without the sugar, they go great if you want to take a smell. This is my vanilla buttercream one. They go great in coffee, toast, yogurt, popcorn, fresh fruit.
Popcorn. I never thought about that.
Totally in popcorn. And I've got 7 flavors.
I go a little dash?
Yeah, go for it. I have people like put it on their wrist like after they shoot tequila.
He never did Coke ever. Not
Never.
once.
Not at all. No
Nope.
judgment. No judgment.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that good?
Okay, well now I've got it.
Yeah.
And so, and I have flavors. I've got, this is pumpkin pie spice. I have salted caramel. This is hot chocolate with marshmallows. Gingerbread spice, which actually, it smells like Christmas, if you want to smell it. It's so amazing. I love that one. I had that in my coffee this morning.
Oh, yeah.
And I have buttery mint candy and cinnamon roll.
What is it? Oh, gingerbread. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, I just stuck my nose on it.
It's okay. I cleaned them. I clean them.
Those are good.
Those are that's my sweet finish collection. I love these. And then and I do cookies of the month. My current one it's a white chocolate cherry, and it's white chocolate chips with dried tart cherries in it. It's really good.
Yeah.
And then my second one I love, and it's a little different than traditional. It's my red velvet white chocolate chip, and I actually brought the cocoa powder I use. This is, and you can see I use it. That's the date I opened it. It's Guittard's Cocoa Rouge, and it is a red cocoa powder. So this is made with a red cocoa powder. Traditional red velvet, if most people know, is made with lots of red food coloring, which is nasty.
Yeah.
Your body doesn't digest it, bad side effects. So I don't do that. So I use this. And then I brought some of my chocolate chips, Lily's. These are made in Colorado. Yeah. It's all high quality ingredients made in the U.S. If I can't get them local, I make them in the U.S. Or, I get them in the U.S.
Fudge?
Yes, that is sugar-free fudge.
Milk chocolate fudge.
That is my latest creation. I can't stop. I literally will wake up dreaming of cookie recipes. It's weird.
That sounds like a fun problem to have, though.
Yeah,
exactly.
But when you wake up in the middle of the night and are like, what?
Do you have a brick and mortar shop, or do
I
you
do not.
online orders?
I do online orders.
Okay.
It's shutmymouthbakery.com. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at shutmymouthbakery. Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
That is one of my best sellers, actually, my lemon pound cake.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that is something I've had since day one. I was selling it in slices, but they kept breaking. So I started putting it in those little tins, and they're so cute.
Now, will you do, like, if people are having, like, a birthday party or something like that, will you do events like that?
Oh, absolutely. I do custom orders. I've done them, like, all the time.
Yeah.
I do custom, like, full-size cakes. I can do a full-size lemon pound cake, a platter of cookies. I've done stuff for weddings, because I cater to a lot of special diets as well. I have gluten-free, sugar-free, vegan options. Like, I have my gluten-free, sugar-free, vegan chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
That looks good.
And it meets a lot of those dietary requirements. And then this is my latest creation. You're welcome to try some. This is my dry mix cookies. So basically, I'm making like a box where you can buy the cookie mix. You just add water and you bake it, and then you have cookies. So people who want to bake,
I'm definitely gonna try one.
Who want to take my recipes home.
They smell good.
They are good.
What's your favorite thing to bake? Like, what's your favorite thing to create?
I don't know. I love taking the pile of raw ingredients. I'll go through like 15 pounds of butter a week. It's a lot of butter. It's a lot. And all the eggs and the flour and stuff. I love taking that and just making it into the cookies.
Yeah.
I love experimenting. I love playing around with flavors and trying new things. I use the sweetener erythritol.
Okay.
And it is a sugar alcohol. It's derived from fermented corn.
Interesting.
And it doesn't spike blood sugar.
Okay.
But it also doesn't have the bad side effects that some of the other ones do.
Okay.
Xylitol is one of the ones that people are used to seeing in candy. I refuse to have that in my house because it can be deadly to dogs. I have 3 dogs. I love them. And, I clean my floor, but sometimes, I may miss a spot, and heaven forbid if they get into it, or someone else's dog gets into it.
Right.
So I do not allow xylitol in any of my stuff at all. I do use erythritol. The product I use, the name of it, the brand name of it is Swerve. And some people may recognize that. It comes in granular, brown, and powdered. Okay. And I buy it in bulk, 22-pound bags, and it's a lot.
Well, look at that. I'm learning something.
I know, right?
And talk about learning. I mean, I just happened to see this because, condensed milk, but sugar-free coconut condensed milk.
That's another specialty item.
I'm like, oh.
So that's what I use in fudge. That's what I use, because fudge, a traditional ingredient in fudge is sweetened condensed milk.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, but what if I want vegan? And I need to find it sugar-free. And I thought about making my own, but I'm like, no, it has to be out there. So I just did, I spent a lot of time on the internet, and I'm like, yes, one of my suppliers had this, and it's really good. And it tastes, here, you want to bust open some fudge?
Sure.
I mean,
you don't gotta ask me twice.
Yeah, here, have some fudge. This stuff is amazing. It is so good.
Sorry, I didn't even offer you one. I'm just like, fine.
I don't blame you. I would too.
I have long arms.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm.
But that is my sugar-free, and it's actually gluten-free fudge. That one is not vegan. I do have a vegan option as well. I use vegan chocolate in that. Isn't that good?
Yeah.
It tastes like quote-unquote real fudge. It is real fudge. It's just sugar-free. So that is what I do, and I love it. And
Wow.
It's
We
super
can't tell
exciting.
at all that you love what you do.
No, you hide that so
I
well.
I know.
but-
It's so
yeah.
much fun, though, to be able to create something and then, create it from scratch, because I make all of this from scratch myself. And to see people enjoy it, and to have people come up to me and be, like, I haven't had a cookie in 5 years because they had diabetes and whatever. And the stuff in the store does not taste good. It's not delicious. And if you're going to spend the calories, I want it to taste good.
Well,
Oh, completely.
Life is too short to eat
I
bad
mean, there's
food.
nothing worse
Totally.
than like expecting something to be really good and you put it in your mouth and it's like,
Sawdust.
this is not
I
worth.
know.
Well, it's not worth the calories.
No.
It's not worth.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah.
I hate that. So to have people come up and say, "Oh my God, this is delicious," and for people to be drawn into it, and they laugh at the name, and then I get talking to them and figuring out what's going on in their world. And a cookie that I love that draws a lot of people in, that it's one of my personal favorites because I created it. It's called the Maple Bacon Bourbon.
I was looking at that one.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is amazing. I created it. I use my own maple bourbon extract. And what's awesome about this extract is I actually use bourbon distilled up in Carefree, up north a little bit.
Yeah.
They have a Carefree distillery and they make a bourbon.
Well,
And
that's really cool.
It is so good. And I make my own extract of the bourbon and my syrup in there, my maple syrup, and I add it in the cookie, and then I top it with real bacon.
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's one of my pride and joys. That's one of my Arizona centric, keeping it local, keeping it real.
We love local. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all about that here. Well,
Very much so.
Beth the Baker, this has been delicious. This has been
Thank
such
you.
a treat to
Yeah.
learn
Thank
from
you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Share one more time where people can find you and order and taste all this yumminess here.
So go online to shutmymouthbakery.com and you can see what farmers markets I'm going to be at. I do local events all over the valley. As a matter of fact, this coming weekend, February 15th and 16th, on the 15th, you'll find my husband at the Mercantile Market at Scottsdale Civic Center. And then I will be at the Glendale Civic Center for the Chocolate Affair on both Saturday and
All right.
Sunday.
Nice.
Yes. So 2 major events. You'll find all of our delicious products there. You'll see me at the Glendale Civic Center and my husband John. He's a big, tall, bald guy. I love him dearly. Obviously, I mean.
Well, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
so much you created cookies for it.
Yeah, the whole business.
Yeah.
I know, right? And you'll see him at the Mercantile Market at Scottsdale Civic Center, and that's on Saturday only.
Okay.
So I am super excited to come out and share all the wonderful goodies with everybody.
That's fantastic. Well, come
Thank
out
you.
and connect with Beth the Baker or John, depending on what neck of the woods you're in.
Yeah.
Definitely check out her site and order some of this delicious, sugar-free baked goods. Like, what
Well,
a
and I love
treat.
the fact, it's like, because people are used to just giving like a box of chocolates
Right.
Yeah.
for Valentine's Day.
Right.
And, good for any time of year because, oh my gosh, such great flavors.
So great.
And I
And
do
so many
have
options.
gift boxing
Gift boxes.
available. And you can even order a subscription service. And you can get a red box of cookies every month. You pick the flavors, or I have some pre-picked flavors.
Okay.
And you just subscribe and you get a box of
You
cookies.
just
that
leveled
deliver
up.
every
You were
month.
holding
I know.
out on us
I
by
know,
telling
and
us
cookies
that.
just show up at my door.
I know. And they're in this pretty red box.
Yeah.
Aren't
Okay.
they fun?
So make it happen. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back after this with your things
After
to do.
after we eat some cookies.
The
Yeah,
cookies are
please.
going to be gone
Yeah.
by the time we come
Enjoy.
back. Yes, but she's got more that you
I have
can
a lot
order.
more.
Yes.
A lot. Seriously. Thank you.
And welcome back to the morning show. I'm Melissa
I got
Farley.
too busy dancing to the music. I was like, oh, look, we got some music. We're dancing. We're eating cookies. We're dancing. It's like a little party
That's
over
what
here.
it is. It's the cookies.
Yeah,
You're still on a cookie high.
I'm still on, yeah.
I was going to say sugar high, but there's no sugar, so I guess I can't
which is
say
kind of
that.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So indeed, so the morning show, Marshall Shore, and who are you?
Melissa, hi, Melissa Farley. Fabulous Arizona Center.
All right. So what do we? So
What?
What are some things I could do besides eating cookies today?
Actually sounds like a good
I was going to say it's like a great idea.
Okay, so are you ready to go to the farm, Marshall? Do you have overalls?
No.
You don't have overalls?
Actually, is that true? So I did.
We don't count your clown thing as overalls. by the way.
No. God, I would love clown overalls, but no. So I did, but COVID was not kind. So I
don't fit them anymore, eh?
Exactly. So I got rid of them.
Okay, that's fair. Well, you could find a new pair and hop on over for Farm Night at Agritopia.
Fun!
It's happening at 5 p.m. This is a weekly on-farm market. So not only do they highlight local seasonal produce and foods, but there's also handmade crafts, gifts, sustainable cleaning and beauty products, clean, ethically sourced wellness products, and it's located on the west side of the large barn in front of the farm store. So it's totally free to attend, but obviously if you want to buy stuff, you got to have a little bit of money on you. And it's 5 to 8 p.m. All ages are welcome. It's really beautiful at Agritopia too. I don't know if you've been there, but
I love Agritopia.
Yeah, really, really cool place. So
we should get Joe on as a guest.
That would be fun. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, he's such a nice guy. So
okay, there's also, in the spirit of Valentine's Day and all things Rami-Kami, it's going to be rom-com trivia night at the Sugarcraft in Chandler at 7 p.m. So you can basically join in and do some rom-com movies trivia in honor of Valentine's Day. It's 21 plus and it's from 7 to 9 p.m. I don't feel like I actually watch that many rom-coms for
I would be really bad.
a girl. You know what it is I watch old rom-coms. I'm like you. It's like if they're recent, I feel like I haven't seen them. Like if they're doing Sleepless in Seattle, While You Were Sleeping, like those kinds of films, I'm all good, but anything new, not so much. Maybe I should catch up on that.
Exactly. You got some time.
I was going to say something controversial. Maybe I won't. I feel like there's so many, I feel like so many of my girlfriends, don't really love men. There's a lot of, man hating in this era. So, I can't even imagine what a rom-com would be for my current generation. I don't know. That would be interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Sorry, I don't hate men. I love men.
A man-hating rom-com.
I love all people. Yeah, well, lesbians? I don't know.
That's where I was like, well, it's going to be a romantic lesbian movie. There you go.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Well, it'll be like the movie The Women back in the 30s that basically had no men in the entire movie.
I never seen that. Yeah, no, I never seen that.
Really?
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Oh my God, and there's a fashion show in the middle by Adrian, where they have things like Tupperware bowls on their heads. Oh my God, the whole movie is, Jungle Red means nothing to you?
No. Okay, I'll change this. I will change that.
It's such a good movie.
Okay, all right.
Oh my gosh.
Sold. I can't go to rom-com trivia because I have to watch
watching
The
Women, the original. There was some remake within the last 5 years.
Oh, okay.
No, you went Joan Crawford and.
Oh, Joan Crawford.
Yeah.
Sold. You should have led with that. Yeah.
So,
okay.
I mean.
All right. Well, speaking of women, Galentine's Day. You can celebrate Galentine's Day with some aerial yoga and wine night at Elevate Yoga and Wellness in Phoenix at 6:30 p.m. I really, with how clumsy I am mixing aerial yoga and wine doesn't sound like a good idea for me personally.
Don't wear a white jumpsuit while you do it, because, yeah.
Maybe you do the yoga before the wine. Like,
one would hope.
I do hope so. But you're welcome to grab a couple friends or just go solo and
While
meet.
you're in hanging, they have the thing like gerbils use, full of wine. So you're just laying there in your pose, like blah, 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 blah.
I suppose if it really is aerial yoga, like a hammock, like you're just like chilling
exactly.
in
You're kind of
there.
suspended, and so that way they just kind of bring the wine
But
to
I
you.
think about like your unzipped show of like climbing all the way to the top and the rat, like, oh God, doing that
Oh my
on
gosh,
wine.
when she wraps herself up and then when she drops.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah. I just can't imagine the strength that takes. Like, I barely got through my 25 girl push-ups this morning. Like, I can't imagine climbing up a rope. But anyway, it's $50 if you are not a member. It's $40 if you are a member. And they're doing a special promo for Valentine's Day. So if you're booking for two, you can actually use code BOGO-GAL for a discount. And this is 21 plus, probably because of the wine element. And you'll want to check in about 10 minutes before class starts, so 6:20 before classes start at
so we can get all
6:30.
set up and get in your hammock. And
Get in your hammock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that takes like 10 minutes to get in one of those things and not fall out.
I know, it does. Yeah.
So.
This is a fun one. It's one of my favorite things,
Is
as
it
you
bingo?
know. It's bingo. Yep. Jukebox bingo at Royal Kitchen and Cocktails tonight, 7 p.m. Basically, you can join singers from Voices of the Desert and sing some of your favorite love-themed songs for you to find on your bingo card. There'll also be some food, yummy drinks, and prizes that will be available for winners. Cards are $2 for 3 games or $5 per game. And again, this is a 21 plus event. How fun does that sound?
Indeed.
I
love
love
it.
it.
It's not even like little bits recorded. Oh no, you're getting live. Live.
How
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
That actually sounds like a blast. I would totally do that. Okay, and this is another one I would absolutely totally do. In fact, I don't know why we didn't lead this with this one because it's amazing. Puppy Love Unleashed Yappy Hour. Yep, yappy, not happy, at Iron Oaks at Sun Lakes at 3 p.m. Basically, you can enjoy some treats, fun socialization, and a chance to win a pup-themed prize at the raffle. They'll have puppuccino treats, which is basically whipped cream with a dog biscuit for your furry friends. There'll also be some boozy Valentine's-themed drinks and non-alcoholic beverages as well. So it's free to attend, but it's from 3 to 4 p.m. And yeah, how cute to see all those doggies out celebrating Valentine's Day.
Indeed, licking up all that whipped cream. And
That's one of my favorite things with Charlie when we go to like, because there's certain, Starbucks and like Dairy Queen, they'll give you like a little pup cup.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I love the videos of the dogs that like get it everywhere. Charlie's not that bad, but close. Pretty close. Yeah.
So maybe next time you do that, you should bring in a video.
I should. Yeah. Oh my God, I totally should. Yeah. I think I told you this story. The first probably week we had him, we took him to try ice cream for the first time because we went to that vegan ice cream shop. Yeah. And, they gave him this little thing and I'm thinking he's going to be so cute and just like, lick it. He just goes, like the whole thing's just gone. Like I didn't even have a chance to snap a picture of it.
That is so funny.
He's better now. He'll actually, I think
Enjoy
he realizes that it's not going to disappear immediately and he's not like fighting for food. Yeah. So, yeah.
You and Pat aren't fighting him for his...
Well, he came from the Apache reservation and he came from like a kind of abusive hoarding place. And I think he had to fight for resources. So, yeah, when we first got him, whenever we would put food in front of him, it was like, like he just went for it immediately because I think he thought it would go away, if he didn't. So, yeah. It took him like a year to like us.
Wow.
Yeah, it did. It took him like a year to trust us. So that was a process.
Indeed.
But he's a good boy now. Yeah. Yeah. He's got a birthday coming up. Oh, and perfect segue.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Almost effortless.
It was almost.
It's your birthday. Jump up, go have a great day. Everyone has fun to see you. Make a wish and hope it comes
Are we starting with dead or alive today?
Fictional.
What? Throwing me for a loop, Marshall.
This is well, of course, I got to. So,
Okay.
on this date back in 1834,
Okay.
it is said that Paul Bunyan was born near Bangor, Maine.
Paul Bunyan's not a real person?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it was just this tall tale that was told.
Oh.
So Paul Bunyan was not a real person,
Okay.
nor was Babe the Blue Ox.
I don't know what that one is.
His friend. So usually a lot of times you'll see, if you see Paul Bunyan, there's Babe the Blue Ox,
Okay.
which were just kind of like some of those early tall tales of America.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, so it's like, fictitious character birthday.
Woohoo! That's our first. I like it.
And I mean, you can still hear campfire stories and everything else about Paul Bunyan and how he was so tall and how his breakfast would be like dozens of eggs.
I
and
remember
things.
that, yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
I really thought that was based off of a real person, though. That's interesting. Okay.
completely fictitious.
All right.
All right, and our next birthday, Abraham Lincoln.
Dead.
Good guess. Indeed. I mean, he became president in 1861 we were in the middle of a crisis with slavery and basically...
It doesn't feel that different now, does it? Sorry.
but then we all know how it ended for Abe.
I know.
Not well, but at the Ford Theater. So...
Sorry, Abe.
So yeah, but his actions preserved the Union and pulled the United States together through one of its greatest political and military moral crisis.
Mm.
So happy birthday, Abe
Happy
Lincoln.
birthday, Abe.
So I think that's kind of why it's also like Penny Day.
Penny, I was just gonna say.
So
ties into the
I
pennies.
think there's a connection there.
Yeah. Okay.
And then guess what?
What?
We have someone who is alive.
Who?
Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio!
Indeed. I mean, so many people know him from his TV show that ran from the late 80s through the mid 90s.
Yeah.
And then came back again. He was also known for guest hosting on Joan Rivers' talk show.
Oh, I didn't
Has
know
been in
that.
movies like Coming to America,
Well, yeah.
Harlem Nights.
Yep.
And he is 68 years old.
Happy birthday, Arsenio. I'm a fan. I love me some Arsenio. Ooh, I love this. I looked at your tablet. I love this next person.
Oh, I know. Well, that's why I was like, woohoo. That's why, well, let's end on her.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Christina Ricci.
Woo!
Yeah, so she began her career at the age of 9 when she was in Mermaids with Cher.
Oh my God, I forgot she was in
So
that.
I didn't even realize she was in that until I was looking at that.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh my gosh.
That was a great movie.
I mean, she was in Ice Storm, Sleepy Hollow, The Opposite of Sex.
Yep.
So many good movies. Oh my gosh.
She was Wednesday in the Addams Family, and then has a new role in the new Addams Family series. Oh, she's super talented.
Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. So and then she also did Lizzie Borden Chronicles,
That's
which
right,
I didn't.
she did.
So I'm like, she just shows up everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is really great.
And she was in that really, really well done movie with, I'm blanking on the name, with Charlize Theron. What was it called? Monsters Ball? I can't remember what it's called. It won a ton of awards, though. Really phenomenal.
Oh, it probably was Monsters Ball then.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
So,
But happy birthday, Christina. I just was reading this morning about how her son is 10 and he didn't really get why his mom was famous. Like, he was just kind of like...
just my mom.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's just my mom.
Why does everybody know mom?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's so funny.
I know.
So happy birthday, Christina.
Yes. Well,
So-
this was a fun show. We really enjoyed hanging out with you today on this hump day.
Indeed, and we enjoyed some cookies.
Marshall's still enjoying a cookie right now as
Oh,
we speak.
God. But you're not touching yours, so it might disappear, so be careful.
Don't be touching my cookie. All right. Well, make sure you follow us at On the Morning Show and reach out to us at hello@onthemorningshow.com if you would like to be on the show or know someone who would like to be on the show. We are also actively now accepting sponsors and advertisers, so please reach out if you're interested in any of those opportunities. But other than that, we hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will be here bright and early on
For
Thursday.
post-hump day.
Post-hump day. It's all about the hump day now. No non-hump day days, ever. All right. We'll see you tomorrow morning.